I believe that sustainable change at scale is achieved through business. I also believe that life can be improved through cybersecurity. I'm Matt Sharp. I'm the Global Manager of IT Risk and Security for a multinational publicly traded firm. In the 10 years prior to serving in my current role, I served Chief Information Security Officers around the country as a consultant. This is my entrepreneurial pitch. The emerging Internet of Things guarantees that our lives will be increasingly interconnected, including animate and inanimate objects. At the same time, measures of attacks against these devices are on the rise. Now, our financial systems assume the safe exchange of information, and at the same time, we see Tom Farley, president of the New York Stock Exchange, Charles W. Scharf, CEO of Visa, advocating for increased cybersecurity, acknowledging the systemic risks that our financial environment faces, directly impacting our entire economic environment. Thirdly, our healthcare systems increasingly leverage technology for a variety of things: continuous monitoring of patient vital signs, automated delivery of medicine, increased use of electronic health records is also prevalent, given some of the changes in terms of meaningful use and other regulatory impacts. At the end of the day, healthcare systems demand that the information integrity that's being provided is preserved, and really the security of these devices needs to be strong in order to ensure that treatments are administered properly and clinical outcomes are achieved. Now, the reality is the security and safety that we need is not being provided. This slide provides a visual representation of the most significant data breaches over the past few years, and you can see they're numerous and they're sizable. At the end of the day, what that means is that we're failing to provide the fabric of trust required for consumers. Absent that trust, consumer confidence is low, and what we see is true business impact. In fact, 1 out of 2 customers said that in the instance of a breach, they would take their business somewhere else. Now, Target experienced a sizable breach, and certainly their board of directors felt the impact, as several of them received votes to be removed from their current positions. The fact that the boards of directors are feeling the pressures resulting from cybersecurity failures means that they are increasingly aware of the need to govern this environment and increasing investments in that environment. At the same time, we can see that the spend allocation is really in the wrong locations. We see here in-house personnel and technologies and maintenance are the top 2 and account for the lion's share of the investments. At the same time, we can see investment regrets are really focused directly in in-house personnel and the technology installation and maintenance. And so what that means is that leveraging consulting talent in the real world becomes critical for successful delivery of programs and the protection of the value creation engines that drive various businesses in various sectors. Finally, the College Executive Board implores Chief Information Security Officers to lag behind in terms of the technology investments. So again, pointing to the fact that investments in consulting talent and people and process is going to make a lot more sense. In the end, I would say market conditions are ripe, and I know that I have a robust professional network. We see capital is available, certainly within the markets, and I think the last thing that's required to really go out and capitalize upon the opportunity, the market opportunity, is a strong business plan to get available capital and scale a business. I'd encourage you to vote for this project and participate in building a business with me as we wrap up our MBA education programs and head out into the real world. Thank you.